What's up, you guys? Today we're going to be working on this 2004 Nissan Sentra. We are going to be replacing the lower control arms, both front lower control arms. It's making a kind of like a rattle noise. And the other day when we had the wheels off, we checked underneath and we saw that the bushings were shot for the lower control arm. So we're going to be replacing that, and hopefully that takes care of the issue. Let me see if I can show you guys right now what it sounds like. I don't know if you can hear it. Kind of like a clunky and rattle noise. Try to hit some bumps. But basically it kind of sounds like metal contact. We got the car in the driveway and took off the passenger side wheel. So these are the control arms that we went with. From Ultra Power, and we bought them on Rock Auto. Here's the part number for the passenger side, and then the driver's side. So it looks like there's only 3 bolts here, mounting bolt here, the ball joint, and the sway bar end link. Just connected to that. So I think we're gonna start off by removing the sway bar end link. It's just a nut in the bottom, and I don't know if I can show you guys, but I'll show you guys once it's removed. So you could buy the bushings. They are pretty cheap. The only thing is that our press isn't working right now. These weren't that expensive either. They were like 30 bucks each, I think. Total we paid like $60 or $70 shipped. So we didn't want to struggle with getting the ball joints, the bushings pressed out. The shop was going to charge us about the same amount. So we just went ahead and got the whole control arm. And it's going to be a direct swap. So we're going to go ahead and remove this, put the new ones on. So the sway bar end link nut is a 14 millimeter. That comes off, the nut, the rubber, and the washer, and then this should be just sitting in there. You're not going to be able to pull it up because of the driver's side. It's all connected together. So now we are going to then go ahead and loosen up the bolt right here in the control arm on this point, and the 3 bolts that are back here. I just realized that I didn't show you what comes in the bag, but this is the cotter pin for the ball joint, and then this is what the control arm looks like. So there's 3 bolts holding it there. There's one holding it here, and then the ball joint. So we're gonna get to these 3 right now. So these here are size 14 as well. And honestly, I think we should have started at the ball joint, but oh well, we're gonna try it like this. And then this one right here, it's a really big one. I don't know what size, but probably like a 19 or 21. So this bolt is actually a 21. So we used the impact on one side, and then we used this to grab the back side, because we were too lazy to actually look for a 21 millimeter wrench. So now we're gonna get to the cotter pin. Hate these things. We're gonna try to pull it out, and then we have to remove the ball joint, and then the control arm should drop, hopefully. All right, so we got the cotter pin out, and we broke that nut loose. So now we're just gonna remove it. See, it's coming off, and then we're gonna hit it with the hammer so it could drop. So as you saw, we hammered this in. This is the, I think it's a ball joint remover from AutoZone. That's the part number, 27020. So that released the ball joint from the control arm. I mean from the knuckle. Now we should be able to remove the bolt, the last bolt holding it in. Let me go ahead and pull it from there. So this is what it looks like once it's removed. You can see that the ball joint is shot completely. And then the bushing on this side is not that bad. It's a little cracked, but not that bad. And then this bushing right here is shot as well. You can see right there. So now what we're gonna do with the new control arm is we're gonna install it from back here first. So we're gonna install the 14s. Well, actually this bolt is gonna go in first, and then the 14s. See if I could do this with one hand. So I'm gonna slide this in. Shit, I forgot to remove this. Well, actually, this one I don't think I'm gonna be able to put it in. I had to put the camera down because I'm not able to get this in. You know what? I think first I'm gonna have to put the ball joint in and then the rear bolts, because the angle of the knuckle and the ball joint isn't lining up, and then I can't put that bolt through this one right here. So try to do it the other way around. And also I need two hands to be doing this, so I'm not able to show you guys exactly what I'm doing, but let me see if I can get it done by installing the ball joint first. Okay, so we were able to install the ball joint first, and this bolt was way easier to install, and also the sway bar end link went into place without an issue. It was going into the hole before, but it wasn't going all the way in, so now we got it all the way in. And we got thread on the nut for this. These sway bar end links are shot as well. You can see right here. I can turn it right now. You can see. So we're just gonna leave that like that for now. We got this bolt in, so this is the nut that goes to that bolt, and then the 14mm bolts are gonna go in here last. So you kind of gotta wiggle this control arm around because there is a little pin that shit. I'm not gonna be able to show you anymore, but there's a little pin right there that has to go into this metal piece. So I'm gonna have to use both of my hands, one to pull this around and the other one to drive the bolt in. We're able to get these bolts in. We got this tight, this nut tight right here for the ball joint. Now we're gonna put the cotter pin in. So this side is in, we're done. Now we're gonna flip it to the driver's side and do the exact same thing. Okay, so on the driver's side, we ran into a little issue when removing this bolt right here. It's so there isn't a lot of space to get the impact in here. We had to get the short 22 with the breaker bar and then put a wrench on one side and crack it loose. So we were able to remove it. The transmission is right here, so there's a little bit of space. I'd say maybe like about 4 inches between the bolt and that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the cotter pin now and get the ball joint out. These are the control arms. This is the driver's side. This is the passenger side. So starting back here on the driver's side, you can see the movement. The bushing is pretty bad. Also on the passenger side, same thing. That bushing is pretty shot. This bushing right here on the driver's side isn't as bad as the one on the passenger side. This one isn't too bad. It's just the edge that is torn. And on the ball joints, you can see both of these are shot. This one and this one, bushings are shot. So now let's go drive around, see if the clunking went away. Okay, so let's see. We're on the road now. There was a little bump right there and no clunking coming from the control arms. The front end also feels a lot stiffer than it was. Like, it doesn't feel like new tie rods or anything, but it just doesn't feel like it's loose. Yeah, so I guess the noise is gone, the clunking is gone. So there you have it, quick little control arm install video. There isn't much to it, so the video is going to be pretty short. Make sure to check us out on Instagram at Yonke_OXC Films. I'll leave that in the description down below. And we'll catch you in the next one.